In today's video, I'll be discussing about a question which has been asked to me in almost all the interviews, close to 95% of the interviews which I have faced till now. Why are interviewers they are so much interested into asking this particular question? Also, there is a very high chance that the very first question which the interviewer might ask you is this particular question. So I definitely don't want you to leave a bad impression itself from the very first question. Friends, if you give the correct answer to this particular question, the interviewer gets an idea and clarity that you almost know how do the different joins they work into the SQL. Because as you know, joins they form the most important part into the SQL. So this particular question is a very important question from that point of view also. I'll be discussing this particular question into lot of more detail with a very simple example, and we'll be taking into account various cases. Also, I'll be sharing a bonus tip at the very end of this video, and that can help you to solve such kind of different problems into the real interviews. So believe me, if you will watch this video till the very end, you won't be having any doubt into this particular concept. So do like this video and also subscribe to my channel if you haven't to receive such kind of useful information. Let us quickly move to our data set. So friends, you can see here I have very small data set here. I've just made two tables with these simple entries. So this is my first table, conditions, and I've inserted all the components, so I would just execute. And this is my second table which I'm creating, so I'll just execute this also. So after I have just executed the select star from table 1 and table 2, so these are the entries for table 1 and these are the entries for table 2. So we'll be seeing what are the different outputs they are resulting when we are doing all such different kind of joins. Also friends, one more question which might arise into your mind is like, these are some of the values which are present, but what if null are present into my data set? So what will be the answer and the number of rows which are produced into the output in case we have null values into our table, into our column? So friends, we'll be taking into account all those cases also. Also at the very last, into the end of the video, I'll be sharing a bonus tip or a bonus question. That particular bonus question is a add-on to these particular concepts, so that particular question might be asked to you into your future interviews. So friends, do watch this video till the very end to understand each and every concepts onto the joins. After this, you won't have any doubts while you are solving any problem onto the joins. Friends, for the very first, let us see how does the inner join work. So basically, the interviewers they will ask you what are the number of rows which will be produced when we are doing an inner join on both the tables, or left join or right join. So you can see we are having some duplicate values into the table. You can see one is repeating two times. I'll just open the Excel. One is repeating two times here, one is coming only once. Into the second table, two is repeating two times, you can see, but into the table one it is only occurring once. So how does the different kind of joins they work into these kind of situations, or the number of rows which will be produced into the output when we are doing such different kind of joins? Let us see. Let us execute the query, and later on I'll be explaining how the join it is exactly working into the backend. So let us execute the inner join statement first of all. Now before moving ahead, I just believe that you know the difference in the inner join, left join, right join, and the full outer join. I believe that you know the definition or what does these join do. Inner join, it into the output it will just result the matching rows into both the tables. Left join, it will return the matching rows as well as all the rows, all the values from the leftmost part of the table. Right join, it does vice versa of left join. And full outer join, it will return the matching as well as unmatching rows from our join which will be produced. Friends, these are some of the basic definitions which you should know before moving ahead. Then only you might be able to understand what are the output and how it is being generated. Let us execute the very first statement onto the inner join. Let us see what is the output it is producing. So you can see the output which we have got. I'll just paste this output into my Excel and I'll just help you explain what is this output all about. So friends, this is the output for the inner join. You can see And how is this output coming out? So the number of rows which is being produced when we are doing inner join of both these tables is 6. As you can see, the count is coming out as 6. But how is this output it is being generated? You can see into the inner join, as I discussed, it will just return all the matching rows, matching values from both the table. So whenever all the values are matching, it will return that value. So you can see one, it will match with the one into this particular table, you can see. So it will join with this, so we are getting this output. The very first row is clear. Again one is coming, it will again match with this particular one. So a different output will be generated for both the ones, because these are different entries. So for each entry, it will be joining with the other entry, a similar entry. This one, it is being joined with this particular one. So this particular one, the second one, which is present into the third row, it will again be joined with this particular one which is coming into the table 2. Now you can see 2 is present, so if 2 is coming into the table 2, it will again be joined. So you can see 2 is coming here, so this particular 2, it will be joined with this 2. So you can see this particular entry is being produced. Now 3 would come up, so you can see 3, it is being matched with this particular 3. So we are getting this output. You can see a 4 is coming, but no 4 is present. So into the inner join, if any entries they are being matched, that particular output will be getting. So no 4 is present, so no value for 4 will be coming here. Now you can see again 3 is coming, so this particular 3, it will again match with this 3. So we are getting this answer. So till this particular thing, I hope everything is clear for the inner join. Now you are seeing we are getting an additional row for 2. From where is this 2 coming from? So this particular 2, you can see it has been joined with this 2, but this 2 is also present here. So here also it is matching, both the values they are being matched. So that is what it is being produced into the very last row. So this particular 2, you can see it will again be matched with this particular last row 2, which is present into the table second. So this particular output will be produced here. So I hope the inner join output, it is very much clear. So even if we are having duplicate values, each of the value will be matched with the same value in case of inner join whenever a match is being produced. So you can see the number of output into the inner join in this case is 6. So each of the value is being matched with the other value. So let us move to the second join, which is the left join. Let us execute this particular statement. So I'll just execute this. For left join, you can see the output. What does the left join? It does. So it will return the matching rows from both the table. Also, it will return the unmatching records from the leftmost part of the table also. So it will return everything from the leftmost part of the table and the matching records from both the table. So this is basically the output for the left join which is being produced. Now let us see. So 1 is present here, so 1 will be matched with this particular one. So we are getting the very first row. Now the second row, this one will again be matched with this particular one. So we are getting the second row. Now coming to 2, this particular 2, it will match with this 2. So we are getting this particular row. So this 2, again it will find a duplicate value if it is present for another 2. So it will again match with this particular 2. So we are getting this row. Now the 3 which is coming here, you can see 3 is present here, so it will match with the 3 into the second table if it is present. So yes, 3 is present here, so it will match 3 with 3. So you can see 3 is coming. Now you can see 4 is coming, so into left join it will return all the values from the leftmost part of the table. So 4 is not present only into the second table, so it will return a 4 along with a null into the second column, you can see. And this is because no value for 4 is found, but into the left join we need to return each and every value from the leftmost part of the table. So that is why 4 is being returned and we are getting null here, because 4 was not matched with any value into the second table, you can see. Now you can see 3 is coming here, so if 3 is present here, it will match with the other 3. So 3 is present here, yes, so it will match and it will return the value. So friends, this was the output in case of the left join. Let us move forward to the right join. I hope the left join part is much clear now. Let us execute the statement for the right join part. So I'll just copy all of these rows from here and paste it for the right join. Friends, if you remember, how does right join it work? So it will return all the values from the rightmost part of the table along with the matching values. So let us verify the result for the right join and let us understand what is being produced. So you can see this particular one, it will again match with this one. So we are getting this row. This one will again match with this particular one, so we are getting the second row. So this two will match with this two, so we are getting this row. This three will again match with this three, so we are getting this particular row. You can see the fourth row. So 4, it is not being matched with any other value into the second table. Also, it is a right join condition, not a left join condition. So all the values from the rightmost table will be returned, even if the record is not matching from the leftmost part of the table or the first table, so it will not be returned into the right join condition. So that is why we are getting no entry for 4. We are getting, so this particular 3, it will again match with this 3, so it will return the value. And also you can see 2 is present 2 times into the table 2. So this entry which we had got earlier, this was because this particular 2, it was being matched with this 2. Now this 2 also needs to be matched if 2 is being found into the table 1. So you can see 2 is there, so this 2 will again match with this 2, so we are getting the very last row in case of the right join. So friends, I hope the concepts are getting very much clear. In short, if I would have to summarize these concept, it means that let's say 1 or 2 is present only one time into the table 1. Let's say I'll just take a hypothetical example here. So I would just create a table 1 here, and let's say I will just, there's just a single value which is 2 which is present here, and there is another table 2, and but 2 here comes, let's say 4 times. So in case of inner join or any join which is present, which we will be doing onto both the tables, so each 2 which is present here into the table 2, it will being matched with this particular single 2 into the table 1. So the number of rows into the inner join, it will be produced, or in any joins it will be produced, will be 4, because 4 2s are there. You can see 2 is coming 4 number of times into the table 2, so each 2 will match with this particular single 2 which is coming into the table 1, and that will be getting into the output. So output will contain 4 rows, and this 2, it will match with this 2, so we'll be getting this row. So this 2 will again match with this number of 2, so we'll be getting a second row. This 2 will again match with the third 2, will be getting a third row, and finally this, the last 2 will match with this particular 2, so we'll be getting this value. So this is basically the summarized version, so the summarized concept. So each of the matching value in table 1 will be matched with the other matching values. It is not concerned that if the value is coming 1 number of time, 2 number of times, as many number of times the value is coming, those number of matching values will be presented into the output irrespective of the join which we are doing. You can see into the output, this particular output, it is being produced, so 2 is coming 2 times. So each of the 2 which is present here, you can see 2 number of times it is coming, so each 2 will be matched with this 2. This is basically how the concept it works, right join, left join, or the joins particular concept it works. And so the interviewers, they will ask you to present or count the number of rows which will be coming into the output in case of all these different kind of joins. So in that case, you just need to match each of the value with the number of values, the same value which is coming, and you can just write it down. So in this case, so let's say if I need to present this for inner join, so how would I do? Or let's say right join and left join, and I need to count the number of rows into the output. So what is, or how will I do this? So you can see this one, it will match with this one, so I'll just write here 1, and then this one will again match with this one, so I'll just write here 1 again. So I'll come next to 2, so this particular 2, it will match with this 2, so 1. So I'll again check if 2 is present more than one number of time, or how many times 2 is coming here into the second table. So I can see, okay, 2 is coming again. So I'll just check, or I'll just count this particular output also. So this 2 will again match with this 2. So I'll again write here 1. Now I'll go to the next value, which is 3. It is coming. So this particular 3, I'll just check, okay, 3 is coming just one number of times. So I'll just write here 1. Then I'll go to 4. So 4, no value is present for 4, so this means that 4 will not be matched. I'll again go to 3 and I'll again check, okay, how many times 3 is coming into this particular table. So 3 is coming just one number of times, so this particular 3 will again match with this 3. So you can see I'll be getting, if for inner join, I'll be getting 6 number of rows. Let us verify if this was so I'll just rerun this equation and let us see what is the rows which is being produced. So you can see I'm getting 6 rows, so I'll just do a count star only to count the number of rows which I'll be getting. So you can see I'm getting 6 rows into the answer. Let us move to the right join. So when I'll be doing the right join, I'm concerned with the rightmost part of the table. So this particular one, it will match with this one, so 1. So I'll again check if 1 is coming any other rows or not. So 1 is coming here, so I'll again match this one with all the other ones which are coming into this particular table. So I can find, okay, one more time 1 is coming, so I'll just match this one with 1 here. So one more row will be produced for 1. Now I'll move for 2. So I can see here 2 is coming here and 2 is also coming here, so one more row will be produced. I'll again check if 2 is present anywhere else or into any of the other row into the table 1. So I cannot find 2, so I'll just skip to the next value. The next value is 3. So 3 here, it will match with this 3, so 1. So I'll again check if 3 is coming or not into this particular table. So okay, I can find 3 here one more time, so 1 also, because this 3 will again match with this particular 3. Now I'll skip to the next value. So now I'm getting 2. So I'll just check, okay, 2 is coming or not. So yeah, 2 is coming here, so one number of row will be produced. And I'll just check, okay, 2 is coming anywhere else or not into this particular table. 2 is not coming, so no other rows will be produced. So I'll just hit enter. So you can see 6 number of rows is being produced into the output. Let us verify this. So into the right join, I'll do again a count star to count the number of rows, and I'll execute this particular statement here. So friends, you can see I'm getting 6, so this is also correct. So this particular number of rows are being produced into the output. Let us do for the left join. So 1 is being matched with this one, so I'll be getting 1 again here. So I'll again check if 1 is coming or not into this particular table. So I cannot find any other one, so I'll skip to the next row. So I'll again go to this particular one. So I'll again check, okay, 1 is coming or not. So 1 is fine coming here, so I'll just match this one with this one. So one more row will be produced. I'll again check, okay, if 1 is coming or not. So 1 is not coming, so no more matching will be produced for 1. Let us skip to the next value. So 2 is there, so I'll go and match with if 2 is coming or not. So I can find here 2, so this particular row will be produced. So I'll again check if 2 is coming or not into the table 2. So I can find 2 is coming here once more, so this 2 will again match with this particular 2, so one more row will be produced. So I'll again move to the next value, which is 3. So this particular 3, I'll go to the table 2 and try to match if 3 is present or not. So I can find here 3, so one more row will be produced. And if no more 3 is present, so I'll just skip to the next value, which is 4. So 4, I'll just again match here. So I cannot find a 4, but this is left join, and in left join, all the other unmatching records from the leftmost part of the table, it will also be presented. So I'll give here 1, because 4 is not matching, but for left join, all the values from the leftmost part of the table, it should come. So that is why 4 would come here. Now skip to the next value, which is 3. You can see, so 3 will match with this 3. So I'll just write here 1, and if 3 is not coming any more number of times, so it will not match. So these many number of outputs will be generated, rows will be generated into the output is 7. So I'll just again recheck here. So I'll do a count of star and I'll run the code. So you can see 7 number of rows are being produced into the output in case of left join. Let us move to the last join, which is the full outer join, and let us see what are the rows which are being produced, and later on I'll be explaining what is the kind of output it is being generated. Now friends, into the full outer join, what does it does? So it will produce the matching records as well as all the unmatching records from both the table. So I'll just again paste this and help you understand. So friends, this was full outer join. As I told, like in full outer join, all the matching records and the unmatching records will be produced. Let us first move ahead with the matching records. So into the matching records, you can see this one will match with this one, so we are getting this output. This one will again match with this particular one, so we are getting this particular output. So 2 will match with this 2, so I'll be getting this output. So this 2, it will again check, okay, 2 is coming or not into the table 2, so I can find 2 once more. So this 2 will again match with this particular 2, so we are getting the fourth output or the fourth row here. Now coming to the 3, so 3 would match with this 3, so I'm getting this particular output. So it will again check, okay, 3 is coming or not, so 3 is not present only, so it will skip to the next value. So this is 4, so I'll be coming to 4 after the next step. So this particular 3, you can see it is being matched with this particular 3 because 3 is present into the table 2, so we are getting this particular output. So these are all the matching records which were generated. What about this 4 and null? So as I told that this will produce all the unmatching records also. So you can see 4 was not present into the table 2, nowhere I can see 4. So but into the full outer join, it is necessary to produce all the unmatching records also. So that is why we have got here 4 and null value into the second column. So this was the output for the full outer join. I hope you understood this particular output. So let's say what if instead of, let's say, more value was present here, which is 6. In that case, what would be the output? Let us enter 6 into the table 2. This can help you understand much more into detail way all the outputs of the full outer join. Let us execute the code and let us see what is the output which is being produced for the full outer join. So you can see 6 and null are coming here. So as I discussed, from both the tables, whenever there is unmatching record also, we'll be getting all those results. This is again for full outer join. So you can see all the matching records which were produced. So this particular 4, it cannot find a 4 into the table 2, so that is why I'm getting null, because all the matching and the unmatching records will be produced in full outer join. Also 6 into the table 2, you can see 6 is present here. 6 is nowhere coming into the table 1, but into the full outer join we need to give the unmatching records also. That is why we are getting 6 and null into the output. So this was just a simple example of minute changes I did into my table to help you understand how does full outer join it work. Also friends, if you would see, if you know the union into the SQL, so full outer join is equal to, I'll just write a formula here. If you, let's say, if you don't understand how does full outer join it works, so this can help you understand. So it is just a union of, I'll just write here, union of right and left join. So this is the full outer join. So if you know union into the SQL, you will definitely understand the right join and the left join. So full outer join is basically a union of left join and the right join. So I hope this particular definition which I provided, this will help you to clear your concept of full outer join. If you do not understand from this particular definition that it will return the matching as well as the unmatching records from both the table. So this is the another definition for the full outer join. So do note this down and do experiment it around, okay, if this is true or not. You can let me know into the comment box also. So let us move ahead into the second case and let us add some of the null values into our table. And let us see what if null values are present into my uh, columns or the values. What are the output which is being generated in case of null values? So I would add here also. So this is the table 1, add here null, and into the table 2 I'll add null. Let us execute the query, provide into brackets. Let us see. Okay, yeah, works, I guess. Yep, it works fine. It works perfectly fine. So I'll just see the output for both the tables. Let us execute this. So friends, yeah, this works perfectly fine. Let us see what is the output which is being generated in case of inner join. Okay, so I'll just remove this count of star from all the different queries. Okay, great. So I'll just execute this. um I need to execute the inner join. So friends, for inner join, we cannot find any difference only the previous example, and let us copy paste this. This is exactly, this is actually not an exception here, so no exception result is being produced in case of inner join. Let us move ahead with the left join. Let us see if any difference is being produced. I'll just execute this command, and you can see yes, some of the difference is being produced here, and this will help me to explain the null joins here. So I'll just paste this data. Let us insert. Okay, yes, so this is for left join. I'll explain you what is the output it is being produced. So friends, all the columns, all the values from the leftmost part of the table, it will be returned with the matching values into the second table. Also the unmatching values from this first table or the leftmost part of the table, it will be returned. So you can see one is being matched with this one, so we are getting the first row. One is again matched with this one, we are getting the second row. So 2 here it is being matched with this 2, so we are getting this value. 2 here is being matched with this 2, we are getting this value. 3 here is being matched with this particular 3, we are getting this particular value. So all the values will be produced from the leftmost part of the table. So you can see 4 here, 4 is not present only into the second table, so you can see 4 and null is being produced. I hope this is pretty much clear. Please do not confuse this null with all these null values here. It is totally different. I'll be coming to this. This null is totally different from all these nulls. So this result which we got from the previous join, also the normal joins which we're doing, the normal case which we were solving earlier, this 3 it is being matched with this 3, so this particular result is being produced. So if 3 is not coming any more number of times, so it will skip to the next value if it is there or not. So yeah, we are getting a value which is null, and you can see null is coming 2 times, and also you can see null is coming here. So now you'll be thinking this null is being matched with this null and we are getting this result. Similarly, this particular null, it is being matched with this particular null and we are getting this result. So friends, I would like to tell you, this is not is what it is happening into the background. It is totally different. So null and null is not equal, so they're treated not equal into the SQL. So you can see all the values from the definition of left join. What does it say? It says that all the values from the leftmost part of the table, it will be returned, and null, two null values are present into the leftmost part of the table, so it is being returned. And if the even if no value is matching, so we'll be getting a null here. Does not mean that it is this particular null, it is being matched with this null. So null is not equal to null into the SQL. So this is not exactly what is happening right now, that this null is being matched with this null and we are getting two rows here for different nulls. is totally different because no other matching records are being produced for these null values. So that is why it is returning all the values from the leftmost part of the table. And let's say here you can see null was coming because 4 is coming here, so no records for 4 was present, so we are getting null. So from that particular logic only we are getting null values, but these nulls, they are totally different which we are getting. Let us see the output for the right join, and I hope after that you will be able to understand much more clearly what is happening right now. So I'll again run the query for the right join and we are getting a result. So I'll copy this and I'll be pasting it here, and I hope that after this the null joins, it will be very much clear for you. So right join, let us see what is the output which we are producing. So this one is being matched with this one, we are getting this row. This one is again matched with this one, we are getting this row. This 2 is matched with this 2, we are getting this result. This 3, you can see it is being matched with this 3, so 3 is coming 2 times, you can see. So for each 3 it will be matched, so we are getting 3 2 number of times, you can see. So this 2, it is being matched with this 2, so we are getting here 2. But you can see null is present only one number of times. So if by that logic, if we go like, okay, number of times the null is coming here, it will match. So we would have got 2 rows for null, because this null, it will be matched with this null, so we are getting this row. Also this null, it should match with this particular null, so we should have gotten another row for null and null, but we are not getting here. And this is the catch here, this is the logic which I was trying to explain, that null is not equal to null into the SQL. So here you can see this null, so no values, no matching records is being produced for null value. So that is why it will return all the rows from the rightmost part of the table as we are doing a right join. And if any other matching record is not present for that particular value, you can see here for null, no matching record is present here into the table 1, so it will return a null only. So that is the output which we are generating here in case of the null joins. So friends, I hope the null joins is very much clear now. How does null it works? So one more time I'll just repeat, null is not equal to null into the SQL. So this is the catch. While all the other join, left join, right join, it is working exactly how it was working previously. Let us see the output for the full outer join and we'll be proceeding from there. So let us see the output. I'll just again execute this and I'll copy this, and after this I don't think you will be having any doubt onto the joins. I'll just paste this here, and this is full outer join. Great. So into the full outer join, matching and the unmatching records will be produced. So you can see this one, it is matched with this one, so we are getting this result here, the very first row. This one will again match with this one, so we are getting this result. 2 will match with 2, so we are getting this result. 2 will again match with this particular 2 here, so we're getting this particular result here. So here 3, it will match with this 3, so we are getting this result. 4, you can see no 4 is present here, and into the full outer join will be returning all the unmatching records also. So we'll be getting a 4 and a null, this is correct. This 3, it is being matched with this 3, so we are getting into the output. Now into the full outer join, as you can see, we are getting unmatching records also. So for this particular null, you can see no null value is present or no matching records is present. I won't say no null is value is present, because a value of null is present, but null is not equal to null into the SQL. So this null, you can see no matching value is present here, so it will produce a null, and into the second column I'll be getting a null value. Again this null, it will see that okay, no matching value is present, so it will again present a null with a null value into the second column. What about this null value which is present here? So this null will again be present here into the second column. but you can see no matching records is being produced for null. So again null would come up here. So this was the final output for the full outer join, and you will just count the number of output rows which you are getting, and that is the answer which the interviewer they would ask you into the real interviews. And this is a very important concept. Please rewatch this video again and again if you want to, and please clear your concept onto the joins. This particular concept will help you to solve the advanced level question into the SQL also. I hope how does the join they work, it is very much clear now. Each of the value, how many times it is repeating into the second table, it will match with each of the similar value which is present into the table 1. So you can see one was present here 2 times, but here one was only coming one number of time. So this particular one, it will match with each one. Let's say if one was coming 5 times into the table, into the column, so for each one output will be generated. So this was how the joins it was working into the SQL, and I hope after this you would be able to answer like the number of rows into the output it will be generated. So friends, coming to a bonus question which is being asked nowadays into the SQL. So I would just show you, I'll just make some changes into the query and I would try to explain. So friends, nowadays we are getting to see this particular question into the interviews, and they would just write here, so select star from table 1 inner join table 2 on table 1 dot id is equal to 1. So they would just provide a table 1 dot id is equal to 1. So you can see 1 is coming here. So in these cases, how does the join it is working? So I'll just show you by executing this particular query. So friends, you can see the output it is coming here. I will just copy this output and present into the Excel. I'll insert some rows. You can see here we are joining onto the basis of table id is equal to 1. So into the table 1 id is equal to 1. So how many times 1 is coming into my table 1? So you can see 1 is coming 2 times into my table 1. So into these cases, how does this work? Each of the 1 into the table 1, it will be matched with each of the rows here into my second table. You can see, so 1 would match with each of the rows. So number of rows for this particular one, it will be produced will be 5 rows, because 5 rows are present into the table 2. So for this one, it will match with each of the row here. So total number of rows would be 5. And also this one, you can see here, it will match with each of the row values which is present here. So the number of output will be 5 plus 5 is equal to 10. Let's see what is the output it is generating. So you can see the number of output is equal to 10 here, because the number of time, let's say one was coming 3 times, one more time let's say one was present into this particular table. So this particular one will again match with each of the row into the table 2. So again 5 rows would be produced into the output. So the total number of rows would be 15. So I'll just open a bracket and enter 1, and I'll just select the inner join statement. So you would be able to see we are getting 15 rows, as you can see. So I would just do a simple count star in this case. I'll just execute. Okay, I'll just select this. So you can see 15 rows are being produced. So this is how this kind of query it works. So I hope it is pretty much clear that how it is working. So for each of the value table id, let's say it was giving 2. So for each 2 which is present into the table 1, it will match with each of the row into the second table. So friends, this is how these kind of query they work. And I believe you would experiment onto the left join, right join also with the same query, like table 1 dot id is equal to 1. You just experiment from your end how does it is behaving in case of left join and right join and full outer join. Also this particular definition which I provided, like the full outer join is a union of the left join and the right join. From this particular output you can see, so this is for the full outer join, this is for the, I'll just change the color, right join, and this is for the left join. And from my definition which I provided was like the full outer join is a union of the left join and the right join. So friends, you can just experiment on the same data here, and if you know the union function, how does this work into the SQL, I believe you'll be able to articulate from these outputs which are presented here. So friends, I believe we will be working on all these concepts which I have discussed into this particular video, and these can help you to clear all your interviews and also solve some advanced level problems onto the joins. So friends, I hope you had found this video very much informational and useful. So do like this video and also subscribe to my channel if you haven't, to receive such kind of useful information. Meet in the next video. Thank you so much. Bye.